CD009 swap into R33. We got it running this afternoon. Why don't we go do an overview? Let's check it out. Hey, real quick before we start this video, a lot of you guys have been asking for team shirts. Finally, Autohaus has t-shirts, so it would really help out a lot if you supported the shop, got some merch, some shirts, stickers, support the media work, support me and my dog. Check out that merch store so I don't starve you guys. All right, so we took it around the block this afternoon, some initial impressions. Clutch, not a great way to describe it. A little more springy than before, but I'm not opposed to it. That's fine. Let's go through the row through these shifts. Again, I'm glad my factory interior can fit over everything. Totally looks OEM until you move the shifter, but fourth, you can definitely feel the boot kind of get in the way. Fifth was kind of rough when we first drove it. It wasn't as smooth as I thought it would be, so we re-bled the clutch, and we'll do a long-term test and I'll check in with you guys about fifth. And then sixth was pretty cool. Sixth is pretty easy. Reverse, oh man. Reverse is kind of awkward and cumbersome, but I'm sure I'll get used to it. Again, you got to push down pretty hard, and the boot gets in the way too. But yeah, overall, so far so good. Let's lift up the car, take a look what's underneath. I know we keep looking at the same parts, but let's go over an overview. Why don't we take a look? Take a look with this guy. Can't forget him. Yeah, once again, glad the LOJ kit retains the engine to transmission mount braces. I end up not having to use any washers for these bolts. We found out by surprise today the factory CD009 drain plug is non-magnetic, so I actually stock these magnetic drain plugs from Trail Gear, and there's a the magnets don't protrude for these drain plugs, and that's important because sometimes if they protrude, you don't know if like a gear or something's gonna get in the way of that magnetic portion. Yeah, it's weird. Some other transmissions like Lotus and Toyota also do not come factory with a magnetic drain plug. Again, got a OEM tie for that reverse harness. Yeah, nothing odd with the starter. Car starts like normal. And again, heat wrapped. We also painted the heat wrap afterwards. And then long-term test, let's see if this is enough heat management for this slave. Got the heat management from Thermotech, I believe, around the conversion clutch line from GK Tech. Yeah, one more time, you can see that downpipe gets really close. I imagine if you're making big power and that downpipe gets red hot, you know, that could definitely be a problem. The biggest struggle, finally got the drive shaft made. I think raw materials and shipping and everything's really killing us in these times, or totally killed this project, the timeline for this project, because the car was down basically 2 additional weeks to get this drive shaft. But yeah, once again, thank you to South Bay Driveline. This would have been easier and less expensive with a one-piece. Again, I kept the factory 2-piece design, so these factory clamshells get reused. I believe South Bay Driveline puts in a new center bearing section. Yeah, this whole front shaft is all brand new with bigger, serviceable, stronger U-joints. CD009 yoke in the front. And then also something I learned today. So because I work on a lot of old schools and I'm used to solid rear axle cars, I learned from the owner of South Bay that the OEM rear joint actually was starting to get worn or kind of crunchy, and that's because this U-joint kind of operates at the same angle all the time because it's a independent rear suspension. This guy never really sees any articulation. So yeah, they cut it right there, and then they installed again the same bigger, stronger, serviceable yoke. And yeah, this drive shaft should hold up nicely to, you know, big power adders, stand the test of time. And yeah, now it's serviceable, which is great. When I turn this around, there should be Zerk fittings, or at least one Zerk fitting somewhere on there. And the drive shaft bolts we cut off, brand new nut and bolt from Nissan. Again, one of the reasons I love this car being kind of like Legos or parts bin cars, because so much of this I can get at my local Nissan dealership. I bet you this is like the same thing for, you know, like a S chassis or 300ZX. And then almost forgot before we wrap up, the speedometer doesn't work. So in the works, I'm gonna probably go with the Dakota Digital. They have a brand new 1000 unit that's a speedometer and tachometer conversion box. So stay tuned for that, but not anytime soon because the car's been down for 3 weeks and I really missed driving the car. So yeah, next time. Maybe. Soon. Not really. So yeah, short overview video. Bottom line, I took this thing up to highway speeds, all 7 gears, 1 through 6 plus reverse. I'm gonna take it for, I guess it's real maiden voyage. It's a half an hour commute back home from the shop. And we'll do some long-term testing, probably do a toge test and review now that this guy's got the 6-speed in it. Again, any questions, comments about the swaps, suggestions, please leave it in the comments below. I'd be happy to answer any and all questions. So yeah, once again, I really appreciate the support. If you like this kind of content, let me know. If you don't like me, let me know too. It's all good. I'll catch you guys next time.